Welcome to fansnotfriends.com. I'm Ryan Heller. Today on the podcast, we will have NFL playoff previews, Mark McGwire admitting the steroids, and a little college football. The first game of the weekend is between the Saints and the Cardinals. It is safe to say there will not be much defense played in this battle. Kurt Warner is always on top of his game in the playoffs, but I like the Saints in this matchup. New Orleans is much more disciplined than the Packers on the defensive side of the ball. Look for the Superdome to be in a frenzy as the Saints win a close one against the Cardinals this weekend. The Saturday night game, and the game I'm looking forward to, is the Colts and the Ravens. The Ravens are coming off maybe their biggest win since the Super Bowl. The Patriots were embarrassed as Ray Rice and the Baltimore Ravens scorched them for 200 plus on the ground. Good news, Baltimore. The Colts let up over 6 yards a rush and 124 a game on average. This is going to be a beat-down, drag-out fight for an Indy team that hasn't played a full 60 minutes in 4 weeks. It could be a tough test. Let's go Ravens. After a late celebration Saturday night because of the Ravens win, I'll get to wake up and watch the Cowboys and the Vikings. I picked the boys to win the NFC, and there is nothing that will change my mind in this game. Favre has limped into the end of the season just as he did in New York. The Vikes beat a heartless New York Giants team, so I'm not even going to count that one. Tom Coughlin looked like Taylor Swift when Kanye jumped on the stage in his post-game press conference. Dallas is on a roll and will win a tight one in the Metrodome Sunday afternoon. The final game of the weekend will be between the Chargers and the Jets, which will probably be the most uneventful. I want to give the Jets a chance, but traveling out to San Diego is going to be tough. The one good thing is that they have the Defensive Player of the Year on their team. I don't care what AP says. How can Charles Woodson win this award? Ben Roethlisberger torched this secondary for over 500 yards, and Warner just got done laying 5 TDs on them. Darrelle Revis has been nothing short of spectacular this year. He stopped every team's number one, just like Ellen Nordegren stops SUVs. How can the Defensive Player of the Year play for a bad defensive team? I don't think I will ever understand that one. Revis, you deserve the top spot in my book, but your team will not this weekend. Chargers win and advance to the ship. Mark McGwire admitted to steroid use this weekend, and I could care less. How do steroids help a player's performance? That can't be measured. How about the guys who take them and never amount to anything? Do they not help those guys? Steroids must be biased to the game's best. McGwire deserves a spot in the Hall of Fame. Steroids do not help eye-hand coordination, and by the way, Jose Canseco is a jerk. How can you portray yourself as someone's friend for so many years and then turn your back on them to make a paycheck? Jose should write another book about how he's mad because he wasn't as good as McGwire, Bonds, A-Rod, and Manny. Lane Kiffin was hired as USC's head coach yesterday, and I'm still confused. Kiffin deserves that job just like the Rams deserve to be in the playoffs. He has had one winning season as a head coach, and it was 7-6. He followed that up by getting embarrassed in a bowl game. Kiffin's career reminds me of a little kid who was spoiled by his parents. Maybe he can continue to keep USC in trouble with the NCAA because he sure did a fine job of that at Tennessee. That's all today for Fans Not Friends. I'm Ryan Heller. You can follow fansnotfriends.com on Facebook and Twitter as well. This isn't a friendship, it's a fanship.